You've felt this before. You're looking straight at someone. You know you've met them, maybe 2, 3 times, and suddenly their name is gone. Not almost there, not on the tip of your tongue, gone. Like your brain just quietly deleted it. And now comes the performance. Those next few seconds where you become an actor, smiling, nodding, stretching the conversation, just waiting, hoping someone else says their name first, or they mention it casually, or somehow you escape the situation entirely. And yeah, everyone laughs about this. But here's the part no one tells you. If you forget names often, it doesn't mean you're careless, and it definitely doesn't mean you're stupid. In fact, something very specific is happening inside your brain, and once you see it, you'll stop blaming yourself completely. Let's go back to the moment you meet someone new. Your brain is already overloaded. You're reading their face, judging their tone, trying to figure out the vibe. Do they like me? Am I sounding normal? What should I say next? All of this is happening at the same time, and right in the middle of that chaos, they say, "Hey, I'm Rahul," and your brain goes, "Okay?" Because here's the problem. A name means nothing. It doesn't connect to anything. No image, no story, no emotion. It's just a random sound floating in a brain that's already busy trying to survive the interaction. There's actually a famous psychological effect behind this. It's called the baker-baker paradox. When people are told someone is a baker, they remember it easily because it connects to things: bread, heat, early mornings. But when baker is just a name, they forget it. Same word, different meaning, completely different memory. Because your brain doesn't store labels, it stores meaning. And here's where it gets a little uncomfortable. Most people who forget names aren't distracted by the outside world. They're distracted by their own mind. While someone is introducing themselves, you're thinking, "Am I making eye contact? Was that handshake weird? Don't say something stupid." So the name enters and immediately gets crushed under your own thoughts. Psychologists call this the next in line effect. When you're preparing what to say next, you stop fully hearing what's happening right now. Meaning, you were never actually present when they said their name. So no, you don't have a memory problem, you have an attention problem, and those are very different. But let's flip this for a second, because on the other side, it does hurt. When someone forgets your name, it feels like, "I didn't matter enough to be remembered." Even if that's not true, that's what it feels like. But here's the truth most people miss. The person who forgot your name might remember everything else about you. What you said, how you laughed, the story you told. Because memory isn't a recording, it's selective. Your brain saves emotion, meaning, patterns, stories, not random labels. And people who forget names easily usually have something interesting in common. They're highly associative thinkers. They remember feelings, moments, tiny details others miss. Ask them what someone said 2 years ago, they might tell you. Ask them the name, blank, because their brain was busy storing the important parts. So this isn't a flaw, it's just a different kind of wiring. Better at understanding people, worse at remembering what they're called. Of course, you can improve it. Repeat the name, attach it to something familiar, create a mental image. Basically, do manually what your brain didn't do automatically. But that guilt, that quiet belief that forgetting names makes you a bad person, that part is wrong. Completely wrong. You're not careless, you're not dismissive, you're just someone whose mind is a little too busy thinking, analyzing, feeling to hold on to the least meaningful part of a person, their name. Because in the end, the name was never the important part. What you remember about people, the real stuff, that's what actually matters. So next time you forget someone's name, ask yourself, did you forget them or just the label attached to them?